Welcome to Bay State Golf. I'm Sean Melia. I'm trying to play every golf course in the state of Massachusetts. That's 9 holes, 18 holes, public and private. I've played 148 out of about 350 since June of 2020. I document all this on Instagram. You can follow me at baystate_golf if you haven't found me over there yet. I also have a Friday newsletter that is free that I send out that you can subscribe to at baystategolf.beehive.com. I have a supporter tier as well if you'd like to help support the work that I'm doing, whether it's covering Massachusetts golf, going to events, covering events, taking photos and videos, and also just playing golf courses so that I can review them and complete this quest. You can join as a subscriber, get early access to my reviews and any other bonus content that I create over the course of the week and the month. But today I want to talk about private golf courses. I've been asked a lot, how do I get onto private golf courses? I've been fortunate enough to play a lot of the top tier ones, especially on the mainland. Those island golf courses might be the toughest that I have to play in the quest. But I put together just a list of ways to get onto private golf courses. I'm going to share them with you. I've got them here on my phone, and we're going to just get right into how you can play private golf courses in Massachusetts or other places around the country. So the first thing is just a little bit of context. I grew up playing golf. I grew up playing public golf. I was a junior member at a 9-hole semi-private golf course, Maynard Country Club, and that was where I learned to play. That is where I played most of my golf when I was a kid. I was fortunate enough to have member friends at local golf courses, so there were times where I would get to play a little bit of private golf in middle school and high school, and then on through college and afterwards. And I played in high school, I played in college, so I'm a 4.5 handicap right now. I've been as low as a scratch, and my game stinks. I'm not very good right now, but just another thing to keep in mind. Like, I've grown up playing the game. I've grown up kind of around people who compete, and I've grown up around people who are members of golf courses. And then as an 18-year-old, my family joined Worcester Country Club, and I was there as a junior member, and then had to leave in 2012 because I was in grad school and just couldn't kind of make it all work. One of my bigger regrets is leaving Worcester because that place is awesome, and I'm looking forward to going back and playing it. But that's just the context of me. Obviously, the first way to get onto a private golf course is simply to get invited by a member. I think there's probably 2 things that you might need to have on your side here. And one is that you have to be like passable at golf. That doesn't mean you need to be awesome. It doesn't mean you need to be a single-digit handicapper. You can shoot, in the 90s. You can work and grind to break 100 and get invited to play a private golf course. Some people might not want to invite you for that reason, and those people aren't really worth your time anyways. But if you can just play passable golf, that's obviously a big help in just getting an invite to a club, because obviously a lot of people will, ask you like, oh, what's your handicap? What do you shoot? That's just a typical opening salvo of questions when you meet someone who wants to talk to you about golf. And then the second part is you have to be a good hang for 5 to 6 hours. This is kind of like, I compare it to getting invited to someone's house for dinner. You've got to be able to show up and use the utensils. You can't be eating soup with your hands. And you also just have to be able to hang out and have a good conversation and be a generally normal, pleasant guest for the stretch of a dinner party or for the stretch of an 18-hole round and maybe drinks after, whatever. Like, those 2 things do matter, and they're, if you're looking to get invited by somebody, I think those 2 things matter. But that's probably the hardest way to get onto a private golf course is that idea of just like maybe meeting someone. If you have friends and they haven't invited you, obviously you could ask for an invite. But if you don't have any friends who are members at private places and you don't really cross paths with a lot of those people, that's going to be the hardest one. But there are other ways to play private golf. The first one is just really signing up and playing in any sort of event. And there are tons of events. This is a big umbrella that I'm going to cover here. The first is just you could sign up and you could win an auction. There are online auctions all the time to play some really good golf courses. Sometimes they come at a great deal and a great steal, and you could sneak in and get a foursome or a group of 3 with a member and go play a really nice private golf course for for money. I try to pay when I'm hosted. I try to pay my guest fee or buy a gift for the person if they refuse my guest fee. Get them a gift card to a restaurant that they like, or a bottle of booze or something to just say thank you. So an auction is another way that you could potentially get out and play with people. You got to pay obviously to win the auction. I think most of these you're going to find you got to probably pay a little bit of money to play. But auctions is one. I'll put some links in the description of just some different auctions that exist. A lot of them kind of happen in the spring, in the winter, so that people can then plan for the summer rounds that they're going to play. But auctions are one good way. There's also just general events that you don't have to win. You could just sign up for. There are places like Friday Golf and the Golfer's Journal are 2 kind of membership media magazine websites that also host events at some really great golf courses in Massachusetts and all over the country. And you have to be, you got to pay your yearly fee. I think Friday Golf is $120. I gladly give them my money. I've not played in any of their events. I pay for the access to the awesome stuff that they provide behind their paywall. But they also have events that you can sign up for. You also don't have to be a Friday member to sign up for events. You just have you get a couple days extra time to sign up, but they also have the public options as well. So Friday Golf has great events. Golfer's Journal has great events. There's also local people in this area that have events. I work and kind of helping out with the Northeast Team Tour, which is a series of events. We play the Country Club of New Bedford in 2 weeks time from now, so June 23rd. It's a Monday. The golf course just underwent a huge renovation. We will be one of the first groups and people to play the brand new, kind of restored, renovated Country Club of New Bedford, and that'll be pretty awesome to be just a part of. You can sign up for that. There's no membership. You just can go to the website. I will also add that in my links down below. Join us, check it out. Would love to meet people out at New Bedford and have a great day out at that golf course, which is a private golf course. So we have that. So there's that one. The Cape Cod Golf Guys host a few events every year. Some of them have already passed by. They host one at Plymouth Country Club. They host one at Pocasset. They have hosted one in the past at the Vineyard Club in October. So another opportunity, local guys, local people who are finding their way onto private golf courses and inviting other people to join them. So, and you're going to meet some great people. And that's the other benefit of playing in some of these events. It's not just signing up and playing a private golf course. You might meet somebody who is a member at another golf course, and suddenly you're kind of in this little network. And at the last Team Tour Series event, we had it at Sterling Country Club, another private golf course, and one of the guys in the group was a member at a very, very private golf course in Massachusetts, and he was very kind and kind of threw out an open invite, was exchanging numbers with people he played with, just to say, if you ever want to come play my course, I would love to host people. And people like to show off their golf course. And so if you play in any of these events, you might end up meeting somebody who you befriend who suddenly is inviting you to maybe play a private golf course. That's not why you should sign up for the events, but it's a nice little side effect of signing up for these events and getting to play a great golf course too if you sign up for one at a private golf course. And the last event piece of this, as far as playing in events, is the New England Series, which is a incredible set of events throughout the entire summer, throughout all of New England. It's $300 to join as a member for the year, and what that gets you is you get a few little kind of membership perks, maybe some kind of gifts and stuff like that. But it also just gets you access to sign up and pay to play in some events at some of the most private golf courses that you will find in New England. They have events at Catanset. They have events at Myopia, I believe, in the past, Cape Cod National, Worcester Country Club, Lake Winnipesaukee, Plymouth Country Club, Wollaston. So there's a bunch of golf at these golf courses, and the New England Series just gives you the opportunity to sign up to play in some of these events. So a really good way. And the prices, you're paying $300 or $250 as a recurring member. So if you sign up once, it's $300, and then the next year they give you a little $50 discount. You can go play Whitensville for $140 to $190. Whitensville is a 9-hole golf course, and it is awesome. So that's one example. You could go play Kernwood for $170 to $220. Like, that's a lot of money, but if you are looking for one kind of splurge, or if you're looking for 2 rounds, you throw $300 at the membership with New England Series, and maybe you just kind of, if you go play Shaker Hills, you're paying almost $200 on some days now. So, golf just continues to creep up in price. So if you want to go and treat yourself and maybe play a place that is private, you can play Weston for $210 to $260. I'm not sure what the range deal is. I have never done New England Series stuff, but that's it's a pretty great list of events. I will put the link in the description to the New England Series if you're interested in what they do. I think they do a lot of, like, you get 2 dates to sign up. They have like 1 wave of dates, and then everything is kind of closed until the second wave of dates. And as I look here, it appears that they've kind of got their registration will reopen for a bunch of events kind of later in the summer and the fall. So they do kind of just 2 waves of signups. So you just got to be on the ball. So if you sign up now, you've already missed kind of half the sign up. But another thing to think about, I know we're in the middle of June, so you could either kind of mark it for next year or just try it out this year. You could also just go and attend an event. In a couple of weeks, the Northeast Amateur, not even a couple of weeks, like next weekend, June 21st, I think, is the final round. Wannamoisett hosts the Northeast Am. This is one of the biggest amateur events in the world of golf, and it happens at Wannamoisett in Rhode Island. You can go, you can walk the grounds, you could sit and watch people just play the 3rd hole, a really cool par 3 right on the road if you don't want to like kind of venture into a golf course because that might feel uncomfortable. Bring a chair and go sit on the 3rd hole. It's literally right on the road. It's an awesome par 3. Justin Thomas called it his favorite par 3 in the world. And go and watch some of the future stars of golf play. Gordon Sargent has been there. David Ford has played in it. Ben James might be playing in it. He's playing in the U.S. Open this week. Jackson, Dustin Johnson played in it back in the day. It's a huge event. You could just go and hang out, and maybe you meet a member at Wannamoisett. Just chat with people and tell them you wanted to come down and watch some golf. If you show that you're interested in golf that way, that's another kind of a hint to people that it's that you care about the game and you're interested in it. Qualifiers is another way that I've played some of these golf courses. I've quickly run out of qualifiers to play in because my handicap has been going up over the last year, and this is how I played Andover Country Club. It's how I played Pine Brook Country Club in Weston. Is the Mass Am has their qualifiers. If your handicap is low enough to try to qualify for the Mass Am or the Mass Pub Links, which is only public golf courses, so scratch that one. But the Mid Am is a Mass Mid Am. The Mass Women's Am, if you're on the women's side, they have private golf courses that host these qualifiers. And that's another way. And Mass Golf also, if you live in Massachusetts or if you live in another state, I'm sure every state association does something similar, but Mass Golf does member days. I played Walpole last year because someone I know won the Mass Golf lottery to play Walpole. And they just have an event on a Monday. A lot of private golf courses are close on a Monday morning, and they might have an event or something, and we went and played Walpole with a couple other guys who were paired with us, and it's like a little bit of competition, super laid back, and you get to play a private golf course as well. And that's a lottery. I've heard from a lot of people that like they sign up for the lotteries and they never win them. I have no idea how the lottery works. I didn't enter the lottery that I won. Again, another friend won, and he just threw me an invite because he knows what I'm trying to do and wanted to help out. And the final way, which is a way I've never tried, I don't know if this would work, but as I was just brainstorming some different things and some different ways to get out onto private golf courses, if you're a public golfer and you have like your place that you love to go play and you're a regular there and you have maybe befriended the pro or an assistant pro, this is another way to possibly get onto a private golf course. You could ask just for a little bit of help, and they might be willing to help you. They might not be able to help you, but I think a lot of pros just have connections with other clubs in the area. They might play with other pros in the area. They might play against other pros in the area if they're kind of a competitive professional still, or the assistant pros, a lot of them play and stuff. And maybe they could make a phone call on your behalf. Again, these are the things that like take maybe being an okay golfer and a good hang, because you would be, someone's vouching for you to go and play a golf course. But I'm assuming if you've kind of secured a nice relationship with a head pro, you're probably a good hang, and they might make a phone call on your behalf, or just poke around or keep you in mind if like an auction pops up or if there's an event that's coming up. Another thing to just consider and ask about as you kind of go through your summer. But just, you could plant that seed with the head pro at your public course if you're a regular somewhere, and maybe they can help you out too. So those are kind of the big ways to get out and play and see a private golf course. So that's all I've got right now. There might be a part 2 of this video as things pop into my head, but that's how I've kind of found my way onto private golf courses. Some of these ways you can take advantage of too. Most of them, aside from playing in media days, you can certainly take advantage of. And I hope that you find your way onto some golf courses that you've never played before. And maybe that's a private course. Maybe you've just got a road trip planned to go play some public golf. I am a huge fan of public golf, but there's just been so many people who I always get asked, how do you get onto these private golf courses? So I figured I would turn the camera on and talk about it for a little bit. Thanks for listening. Thank you, as always, for subscribing to the channel. You can follow me on Instagram, baystate_golf. I also have a newsletter that I publish every Friday for free. If you want to support the work that I'm doing, if you want to help me get out to the far reaches of Massachusetts and pay for some gas, you can become a paid subscriber to that newsletter and get access to all my posts, access to reviews. Early when I play a golf course, I write a review. I've reviewed all 148 courses that I've played so far, and you can get those reviews early with some bonus content behind the paywall as well. So those are some ways you can support me, but the easiest way is just to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so you can get these in your YouTube feed and help other people find it as well. We'll see you next week on Bay State Golf.